Well, hey there. Today I want to talk about elements every landing page should have for effective lead generation. As you know, last week we spoke about email, and without a good landing page, you can't get those leads. And I would like to give you a simple formula how to create your landing page. Hey, I'm Veronica De Polo, and with more than 15 years being a marketing strategist, are you ready for actionable bite-sized episodes about business advice on marketing, branding, and messaging to take your business to the next level? If you're a service business owner, we'll show you how to attract qualified leads on social media and beyond. We'll reveal the art of showcasing your brand effectively, and will uncover the best strategies to hook your audience so they keep coming for more. Say goodbye to outdated marketing strategies and embrace the power of change. Welcome to the Branding Momentum Podcast. Okay, let's get one thing straight. The landing page we'll be talking about today, it's only for leads. It's an opt-in page. How do you say that? Opt-in page. Yeah. It is not your sales page because we're not selling anything here. A sales page is a sales page, and we want to land on this page an opt-in or a sign up to something that we are providing, like a lead magnet or a freebie, which is the same thing, or a webinar or a free call or a workshop or anything that is free. But I don't want you to get confused with the words. I also want you to use the proper word to describe what we're talking about. So the hero section, or above the fold, right? As you land into this page, that section that you see is the space where you first see everything that is right there. There is a title, there is a subtitle, there is an image, there is a call to action, there is a proof, and there's also could be another call to action, right? As you can see, this page has no menu. That is why it's called a landing page. No distractions, very simple and very straightforward as you want it to be. Now, your headline needs to emphasize the value, show a pain point or a struggle they have, and show them the transformation. So that needs to be very big. It needs to show exactly how you are going to do that. And it's usually the bigger words. So that would be your headline. And there's a simple example how you can do that. Let's say the X steps methods to blah, blah, blah without, and then you can say something else, and it could be like a common objection. Now, another way to do this, another example could be, maybe you want to take notes. I should have said that before. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Another one could be discover how to blah, 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 so that you can finally blah, blah, blah. Another one could be how one blah, blah, blah. It could be your specific ideal client, right? What that specific person is looking for went from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah without blah, blah, blah. So, okay, as I'm saying this, I feel that it's kind of weird to see it. So what we'll do is that we're going to be creating a blog post just about this, so you can copy paste it and you can take it with you. So I'll making sure that the team makes it into a blog post, okay? Now, the subheadline should explain what you provide to get that result. So how you're going to be explaining a little bit more. So you have your title, and then your subheadline should provide some results maybe in, I don't know, maybe in 48 hours, in 33 days, or something that you want to convey there that is providing that result. Then you have your call to action. Now, your call to action needs to be very simple and straightforward. Study shows that when you personalize that link, if you say, okay, grab my book, grab my guide, it's something that you're providing that person, and it's something that you're sharing that is for free, but it has value because it's something that you could actually be selling, but you've decided to give it for free just for them. So the moment you tweak that and you personalize it just for them, it's like download now won't have as much conversion as you would say to somebody, grab my digital guide or grab my guide to get you leads, for example. Now, there's some landing pages that provide a line that say, we won't share this information with anybody, because what you're doing is that you are simply asking for an email and a name. And that is it. We don't want to ask for more information other than an email and a name. Unless you were maybe asking for a phone call, but I would suggest that you don't do that, because I think it's better if you ask for that phone number on an email. You simply want a name and an email, and that is a lead. Then we have the image, right? So I want you to picture this, the landing page. You're coming into your landing page, and this could be either way of left or right where you have your image, okay? It depends. Usually most landing pages, you have the image to your right, because that's how usually people read, from left to right. People don't go from right to left. So some of the landing pages will be set up like that. But the image that you're going to be putting there, if it's going to be, for example, a digital product or like a freebie or a guide or a worksheet or a cheat sheet or anything, try to make a mock-up of what that would actually look. You can also try to put a hand or a person or an iPad, somebody with a hand, something with emotion, or if you're providing transformation, if it's somebody is like they're losing weight or something like that, if it's a meal plan or something, show them the transformation within that image. Don't simply just put a picture of yourself, because really nobody cares. What you care is to get leads. And these landing pages, they're usually for cold leads. These are not your warm leads. This is not a landing page, and this is something that I want to stress that you need to understand. This is a landing page that you only make it up and you put it up for people that do not know you, people that are cold audience. You will not share this landing page with somebody that already lives inside of your database. Okay, it makes no sense, because they're already in your database. They're already part of your world. They already understand who you are as a business. So this is only for the people that do not know you, and you want to get them to your world, and then you can warm them up with everything. I know the struggle of having so many dreams, goals, and a bunch of papers around, and only half of those things get done. Not focusing on the important stuff, which is to be a better service provider to my clients, but also to myself. That is why I made a planner for service-based business owners that want to kick ass, all in one place. The planner includes 135 pages. All tabs are clickable, and each section has a cover to access where you want to go easily. Not only you don't need to print this planner if you don't want to, because everything is fillable. We include sections on how to know yourself and your business, yearly planning, quarterly planning, monthly financial planning, monthly goal setting, weekly planning, a client hub, and resource section. Go to the description here below and go to veronicadepolo.com/shop. Otherwise, look for the banner where it has the service-based business planner ready for you to download. This is not just a purchase. This is an investment in your business success. Come and join us and grab your service-based digital planner right now. Now, there's some landing pages, and I would say that would be it for me. That would be it. I would have the headline, the subheadline, right? I would have the call to action, the line that you may not share this information with anybody. You will have your image, and if you can, provide some quote or a testimonial just before, and that's it. Now, there are some landing pages that require, because maybe what you're putting out, a freebie, is a little bit more strategic, or they're more about mindset, or they're more about it's not so much straightforward. So maybe some of these freebies that you're creating, these lead magnets, are a little bit more sophisticated, okay? And you need to a little bit sometimes explain a little bit more. But if it was me, if it was something that is very simple, very straightforward, just one single page, it just at the top, above the fold, that's what I'm trying to say. It's more than enough. You would not need that. Everything should be answered right there with your title and your subheading, okay? But if you need to provide a little bit more information, then you can have some benefits of why people actually should download this lead magnet. And you can actually do this by, and this is very standard, okay? You can have an image or logo, you can have a title, and just below some information. So what it actually does is that you will actually, within the bottom of the text, you will actually show the features included inside of that offer. And I want you to ask yourself, what makes this feature possible? What is important about this? Then besides that, you can have more social proof, okay? You can actually share logos of companies that you worked before. You can have testimonials. You can have logos of publications of companies that you've worked, or you can have even statistics of how many people actually you've helped in the past, or how many people have already downloaded that lead magnet or that freebie. Okay. And then another section, which would be the last section, would be like a Q&A. And in that section, what you do is that you're going to be asking yourself, or trying to address all the objections that they may have, and you're going to turn them into questions. So imagine questions like time and money. So turn those thoughts into questions and answer those questions so that people get all the answers. And I would suggest that just to finish it off, I would remind them again what the lead magnet is, show them the picture, put in the email and name and the call to action again. If you don't have it right away there and it's just simply a button, that's fine. Just do it like that. You can put it like that, or you can actually have a two-step process of people clicking the call to action, and then a window comes up and they just simply put their email and name. Okay, so this is what I would actually suggest. Let me repeat it again. First landing page, no menu. You need a title, subtitle. You need how to tell them what is the transformation that your freebie provides, right? And it could be anything from a workshop, a call, a digital guide, anything. Then you have your call to action. Your image should show actually a movement or something that it shows the transformation. You can ask and share that you will not share that, their details with anybody else, that you will only use it for your purposes, which is something that is very important. And then you would have a call to action that is personal. And if you want to go further, then you can add 3 benefits. You can add more social proof, and you can add a Q&A section where you actually are addressing all the objections into that, and you're simply just creating questions out of them. Okay, so I hope this is very helpful, and I will try to leave you in the show notes right here the example of how to create your headline, all right, for the blog. Anyways, I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.